we're back with the podcast thingy. Even though
Yeah.
we're not back. Wesley, why don't you just tell the audience what we're doing?
All right. Today, we will be talking about Smiling Friends, the TV show created by Zach Hadel and Michael Cusack, two Newgrounds legends.
Released on Adult Swim and now on HBO Max. So go
Yes,
watch it.
it came out on HBO Max.
The 9th.
This past Wednesday, the 9th. So what better time to talk about it than now?
Mm-hmm. Should we do should we talk about the show first? Like give some details and then we'll start getting into it.
Sure.
All right, so you know more about it than I do.
All right. How do we approach talking about this?
I don't know. I say we talk about how like its production and stuff was started up and how like the idea and stuff started.
Okay. Let's see. If I remember correctly, let's see. This is going to test my knowledge of remembering other podcasts and what they've said. So, I know long ago, Zach Hadel, also known as Psychic Pebbles, and Chris O'Neill, Oni NG, had the animation series The Hellbenders, which people enjoyed, and they tried to get a show of that on Adult Swim many years ago. If I remember correct, I think it was nine years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was not passed, so it was like, oh, whatever. Uh, and I guess eventually, Zach did get his TV show with Michael Cusack, and the pilot episode of Smiling Friends came out on April 1st of 2020, so almost 2 years ago now, which is very odd.
Mm-hmm.
And the audience reception was great. So season production began. Was going to come out sometime in 2021, but did not, of course. But it did come out, I believe it was January 13th of this year, 2022. And now, February 9th, it's on HBO Max. You should watch it. Everyone loves it. There's freaking gazillion clips on YouTube and Twitter and memes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, everyone seems to love it.
I love it.
Yeah. It's
made me smile.
Yeah, one could say that it made me smile. I don't know. There's something really cool about how two internet creators managed
to hit it big.
Yeah, managed to get something like what feels like an internet creation.
Because there are a lot of references to stuff on the internet now.
Yeah. It's a very cool sight to see.
All right, so that was the background. So I think we should say that this episode is going to be really just spoilers. We're going to talk about each episode like entirely.
Yeah. If you haven't seen any of the episodes or clips, which I highly doubt, I'm sure you've seen at least something from the show.
If you're going to watch an episode called Smiling Friends.
Yeah. Don't watch this.
What was I going to say? Listen. I say we do a tier list at the end of this episode. How does that sound?
Yeah. I actually, as we were talking, I looked up an episode tier list, so I have that pulled up. So while we talk about them, we can rank them as we go.
Well, I think all of mine are going to be in the same category.
Yeah, I'm assuming all of these are going to be either S, A, or B.
All of let's just get into it. Let's start. Again, spoilers. If you're gonna watch Smiling Friends, go do it. Watch all of the show. It takes 88 minutes. Go watch the entire first season and then get back to listening to us.
Exactly. There's 8 episodes. All are 11 minutes.
I watched it in one sitting. It was a good watch.
exactly. Literally, you can watch the whole show in an hour and a half. Um, so far, I have watched the entire season two times,
I have
uh,
watched it.
one sitting.
I have watched it either 4 or 5.
Yeah, yeah. I saw it that Wednesday. As soon as I came home, I immediately put it on, watched all 8 episodes, went to do my actual things today. When I was doing the dishes and some household chores, I just put it on in the background.
I was
It,
not when it first came out. I had a very busy day. I had to, get home, and then I instantly had to go get my dad from work. I had to go to my grandparents' house to help them clean up some stuff, which took like
Mhm.
an hour, and then I was finally able to go home.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, let's begin.
Yeah. All right. Season one. What? Let's just say
Yeah,
episode one.
exactly. All right. Episode one. Uh,
Is
I
it
don't remember. I don't
Desmond's Day Out? Wait,
Yeah,
let me just open up HBO Max. I
yeah,
have it on my Xbox.
yeah. I was gonna say I don't remember the exact names of each episode, but I know
I know
what
some of
one's
them.
about.
I know
Yeah.
most of the names, but some of them it's confusing. I'll pull it up HBO Max so I can just look at all the stuff.
I believe episode one is Desmond's Big Day Out. I believe that's the name.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
While I'm letting into that, you can start talking about the episode synopsis and
All right.
stuff.
All right. This will really test my knowledge. So the episode begins with our two protagonists, Charlie and Pim,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Desmond's
respectively.
big day out. Desmond's big
Yeah.
day out.
Yeah. So it starts with Charlie and Pim in the office. And Charlie and Pim are our main protagonists, each voiced by one of the co-creators.
Charlie being Zach Hadel and Pim being Michael Cusack.
Yes, yes. So, they're in the office, they're watching the television of the weird spinning creature. Um, and,
And you
oh,
go,
yeah.
you go.
Oh, all right, all right. I'm assuming you were going to say that the creature was modeled by Chris O'Neill.
I was gonna say, and their coworker Alan is doing something.
Yes, coworker Alan. He's trying to find his missing cheese, and
Such a stupid B story.
and Glep is watching. I can't remember what
Isn't
channel
it
it
like the
was.
atheist gamer or
Oh,
something? I know
it,
it's something atheist.
it's possibly he's watching something on his tablet. Anyways, you know the alarm goes off. They got a job, so now they're talking to Mr. Boss.
What
you
a
guys
wacky character.
Yeah, you guys don't mind watching someone eat, do you? And this is probably the first reference in the show to something of one of Zach's old
And it's
work.
like a minute in too.
Yeah, yeah. Within like a minute of the show, Mr. Boss has pulled out his nipple, and there's a little creature feasting upon it.
Hey, no biting.
Oh. uh,
So that weird scene happens, and then he goes and then he tells them to go out there and make people smile.
make people smile. So Charlie
Yeah.
and Pim,
They arrive at their destination.
yeah,
Just a little household. They
yeah,
knock on the door, and Desmond's mother. Or well, first, let me say the funny thing Pim says. He goes, "I love helping kids, Charlie. I love kids," and then he screams it out loud, very loud.
yeah,
Um, so then they knock on the door, and Desmond's mother comes to the door. She invites him in. She
mhm.
walks over. Well, she walks him to Desmond's room and says, "I hope he's not sleeping." So yeah, then she starts screaming out his name, and then they're like, she walks away as the door opens, and they're like, "All right, let's walk in." I'll let you tell them what's on the other side of that door.
Lo and behold, Desmond is there with a nasty revolver pointed to his head.
A
Uh,
middle-aged man too,
yes, yes. Probably 40s, 50s, somewhere around there. He mentions that his wife and kids left him and that
and his
his
dog
dog died
died
of a broken heart.
in fall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we probably got our first meme in the show of
They're like, Pim, can we talk for a second?
yeah.
Look, Pim, I know it's our job to help this guy and all, but I think he's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind, and I say we just
Why
get
don't
out
we
of here.
cut our losses and get out of here?
And then they talk, and then Tim, our optimist,
Hmm.
makes a deal with Charlie that he is going to make Desmond smile. So he gives the deal to Desmond, and Desmond agrees. But if they don't make him smile,
He'll laugh and shoot himself and make them two watch.
his
I'm not
words.
sure about that, but yay.
Yeah. So don't they go to Pim's house first?
Yes, yes.
So yeah, they arrive at Pim's house, which
Mhm.
is probably the worst place in an animated series ever. There are it is just so it looks filthy. Nobody's getting along. There's the kid writing Superman on the wall. There's a kid running around. He's a wizard at the board.
Mhm.
His cousin or is it brother?
Yep,
Uh,
Greg and Nelly.
yeah. So then he's talking to his sister. Everyone seems to just hate each other.
Yes, yes. We
Ex-
have
yeah.
the girlfriend sister voiced by Newgrounds creator Tom Fulp. Um, the alpha male he is. Very cool. Yeah.
So stupid. And then we learned that Pim's dad works in the mines 14 hours a day.
Yeah. So
So Desmond is not happy in the
the house,
slightest.
yeah, visiting family does not help. So
We
we
then cut to Alan.
yeah, we cut to Alan who's now
Count
counting paper clips.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so
And then
paper clip has
he
gone missing.
and he realizes, oh, well, there's only one other person, so he asked his other coworker, Glem, and Glem, who is just watching some random YouTuber, gets very angry,
Mm-hmm.
and and then he's like, okay, but then he hears his mousetrap go off,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, he chases the mouse, um, and then we find a squatter voiced by Finn Wolfhard
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
the walls.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Living
such a
inside the
random joke, but
living
it makes
inside
it
the
funny.
wall on the computer.
I find it so funny. It makes zero sense, but it's so goofy.
Yeah, yeah.
So he just continues walking. He finds the little creature. It is not a mouse. It is some other creature.
No blibbly.
Yeah, blibbly. So
Yeah,
I was like, "Hey, I just want my cheese." And then as he reaches for the cheese, gets stabbed in the finger with a paper clip. And
yeah.
then as he goes to chase down the thing, which ran into this weird thingy,
Sack.
yeah, he ends up unleashing the horde of the Blibblies.
Yeah.
And
So
then we cut back to A
Charlie,
plot.
yeah, yeah, back to the A plot. Second thing we go do, we go make some friends. They are at a random party.
I love this joke that comes up so much. Tim
Yeah.
tries to go talk to some random guy, and
Mm-hmm.
the guy just pushes him and goes, "Whoa, what, dude? Oh, you're so old. Go back. This guy's old. Go back to your wife, man."
Go back to
Oh,
your family, dude.
such a stupid scene. The guy is such a jerk. Tim like barely touches him, and the guy just like pushes him. And like, "Whoa, what, whoa!"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I'm not even that old." And then Charlie tells him that no, you are old,
Mm-hmm.
as he
And
eats
that
nachos, right?
we were technically all getting older.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you are pretty old.
And we can see that that's somewhat taking an effect on Pim. He's starting to look
Mm-hmm.
a little bit unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
So then we're like, and then Pim goes, "Whenever I'm having a bad day, I like to have a fun time at Dave Land."
Yeah. So we
Does we don't know who Dave is. He's Dave.
yeah, we're at
Um,
Gameland. They got the Dave roller coaster, the Dave snow cones, the Dave
bathrooms.
restroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's Dave?
You can even meet Dave himself.
Who's Dave? Who's
Hmm.
Dave? And then we get one of my favorite songs in the show. I don't know if we could sing it because maybe copyright.
I highly doubt it. Having fun in a day,
Dave that. But yeah, it's a really funny song.
yeah, yeah. And at
Um,
the end of the day, Desmond is still not happy.
and then he does this really long quote, and it ruins Pim.
Yeah,
Pim is just stunned. He doesn't move, can't talk. Um, Charlie tries to help the situation by showing Desmond an
like,
ant.
yeah, yeah.
Desmond, with the right word, says, "Is that supposed to make me feel better?" Did it? No. Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. Anyways, we gotta get you to the office. That way we can sign some paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, Charlie picks up Pim and they walk into it. And what they walk into.
There's
First episode is too good.
thousands of Blipleys on the floor while
and,
Alan is nailed to a cross,
and
writing
declares,
the line that he just wants his cheese.
um,
He
and one
also
of
needs
the
a
blurb
pitchfork.
thingies looks at him, looks
Whoa!
at Desmond, and he goes, oh, and runs at Desmond. And Desmond has the bright idea.
To shoot the Blippley with the revolver.
And Joe was like, you had to do it, man. You had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is what made Desmond smile.
Yes,
It makes me
yes.
think that Desmond is a psychopath because he's like, that made me feel
Good.
good.
Mm.
Then we cut to Desmond being a very
Happy
great
businessman.
businessman.
Yeah.
We see him on TV. Alan got his cheese back and for some reason tries eating Charlie's nose. Pim is not recovered. He is gray and hairy. And then you remember that thing in the beginning of the episode, guys? That thing that Chris O'Neill animated. Well,
It's reaching
hello,
out
hello, thank you
to
for watching. Hello, thank you for watching. Hello, thank you for watching.
Yes, yes.
It just jumps out of the TV and starts yelling, "Hello, thank you for watching." And
Mm-hmm.
Alan and Charlie are terrified and scream at each
Mm-hmm.
other to stop it. And Pim is still there. And then we cut to is it called Brown Friends? I forget the song at the end.
Brown Smile, I believe.
Okay.
I believe that's what the
Okay.
song. Yeah, yeah. A little trivia fact for episode 1. So, this is I can't remember which podcast this was. I feel bad, but Psychic Pebbles, Michael Cusack, they're talking on it. The original idea for episode 1 was that it wouldn't just be visiting Pim's house, well, Pim's family's house, Daveland, and the random party, but they would visit like a whole bunch of other places, and it would be essentially a montage. And instead of it ending at Daveland, it was supposed to end at a beach with an oil spill and dead dolphins all over the beach, and that was what was supposed to make Pim depressed, and not Dave, and then not Desmond's whole spiel. Just a funny little thing that originally it was just an oil-covered beach with dead dolphins everywhere.
Huh. Okay, well, that was episode 1. Wow, I just realized this is going to be a really long. It took us almost 20 minutes to get through episode 1.
Well, that is true, but
we did do 4 minutes of.
Yeah, but then again, we went into super detail. I feel like we can. We've set the tone.
We have to do super detailed through each episode, especially Frowning Friends, which was a nightmare to make, apparently. All right, so let's get to episode 2.
Well, first,
oh yes,
where does episode 1 go on the ranking?
S tier. You're gonna see something, Wesley, that is definitely not going to shock me or you.
Mm-hmm.
I could just tell you what I'm gonna rank everything now, so that way you don't waste your time. Or yeah. No. You're gonna see a pattern, Wesley. You're gonna see a pattern. All right. What are you ranking yours?
Yeah, since it's the start, it's set up the groundworks. I believe it is also an S tier of an episode.
Yeah, because it's really funny.
Yes.
It's a bit of a weird episode, a bit scary. I think it's the darkest of all the episodes.
It's also, I believe, the episode with the most amount of Alan screen time. Poor Alan
Yeah,
really
Alan
got
is one really funny character too.
really got the bad hand for the
He
rest of the season.
he only talks in 2, 4, uh, like 1 word in 7, and a couple times in 8.
Yeah.
Not and each one is like a sentence or two.
Yeah. All right, episode
Yeah, I
2.
find it funny. Alan got his own B plot and then just became a background character.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, episode 2, Mr. Frog, one of my favorite episodes. We start off the episode with a bug sitting on a rock, and a green man runs up and says and I quote, "Hello, I'm Mr. Frog. This is my show. I eat the bug." He eats the bug. "I ate the bug. This is the end. I love you."
Yeah.
And then
And that was the iconic Mr. Frog show. That what she says, like, it lasted like 37 seasons, something.
Yes, like it was 47. I think it was 47.
So
Yeah, something
some big
7.
number.
Yeah, lasting 47 seasons and breaking every known record in
Yeah.
TV history.
Yeah. But unfortunately, Mr. Frog's career has been ruined as he put a TMZ reporter in his mouth for 7 agonizingly long minutes.
The TMZ worker was unharmed, but
Yep.
Mr. Frog was canceled.
That is true.
And we cut to Charlie, Pim, Glem, and Alan.
I'm letting my dog outside. Keep going.
All in the office, and Charlie is furious that they were replacing Mr. Frog. He screams that they cannot do that because it is literally his show. Pim says the words, "I've never seen it. It's a good show." And Charlie says, "You have to watch it from season 4 to 17, and the rest you can skip." Which, the entire show is him eating a bug. So, it's pretty funny that he says 4 to 17 of seasons just of a frog eating a bug. So Mr. Boss walks in and he says, "Well, if you boys care so much, why don't you go and help him?" And he does a weird laugh and his eyes turn red. Charlie says, "Mr. Boss, you're a bit weird, but that sounds like a great idea." And then Alan says, "Hey, have you guys seen Glem?" And they're like, "No, no, no." And he's like, "Yeah, he's not here. He didn't even report in late for work." I don't know if I want to go completely far ahead. Okay, so where is it? No, because yeah, I need Wesley now. I'll put a question in for the viewers. Tell me what you guys think about the show. It's pretty solid, right? It's a great show. It's pretty funny. I'm pleased Wesley come back. I'm gonna drink some water. I don't want to move on too far ahead. He said to, but there's some stuff I might forget, and I don't want to forget. So just hold on with me. So don't want to take too long. Oh, thank God you're back. I had to improvise. I made it pretty far in, but then I decided I didn't want to go super far, so I stopped talking. Or I didn't stop talking. I just stopped talking about the show because I didn't want to get too far ahead. The last thing I said was that they were talking about where Glem was. Yeah, they were like, "Where's Glem?" And then now we're here.
All right. So, have we talked about Glem auditioning to become the new Mr. Frog?
We were about to. We just cut to that, so now you could start talking about that.
All right. Well, they're trying to find the new Mr. Frog. His replacement. A guy missed his daughter's wedding for that.
Voiced by Tomar, right?
No, I think Oni did.
Okay.
I think. There's also a goblin from the Enchanted Forest. Yep.
Jacob the Goblin.
Yeah. So, Glenn gets in there. He's called the stupidest one so far.
This
So
is the
he's,
stupidest one so far. I don't
yeah,
even want to see you perform.
yeah.
And then he
So,
spits.
he spits in the director's face. He asks him to do it again. So he does. And that settles it. You're the new Mr. Frog.
That settles it. You're the new Mr. Frog.
He does a cute little man.
His dance is one of the funniest and most adorable things ever. I wish there was an hour version of that. I love it. He has some weird noise. I was about to spoil one of the best
Yeah.
jokes so far. Yeah, and then he just instantly gets picked up. He looks like a little squishy. He looks like a little plush.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you were okay, so we're there. So now we cut to
Mr.
Charlie and Pip
Frog's
at
mansion.
Mr. Frog's giant mansion. And they
Mm-hmm.
knock on the door. Mr. Frog opens up and instantly slams the door shut
Mm-hmm.
immediately. And they go, no, we're here to help. Hello, come in. Hello. So,
Hello.
so,
Hello.
so they walk in and they're surprised how big the place is. Pim asks what Mr. Frog does all day. Hello, I just watched Jimmy Fallon clips on YouTube. Hello. Um, Charlie admires Mr. Frog's house, including his animal sanctuary, where we see an animal die. Where we see some animal die.
Mm-hmm.
And Pim is like,
There's also a worm.
yeah,
Worm episode 2. This is a reference to a joke on Only Plays of how Zach said he would put a worm in episode 2, and he did.
he's a man of his word. All right, so Pim was like, all right, so we're here to help you with your career. Have you thought about apologizing? And then
Hello,
Mr.
but I'm
Frog,
not sorry.
hello, but I'm
Hello.
not sorry. All right, so that's gonna make it a lot harder, is what Pim says. And Charlie yells, "No, screw apologizing. We're gonna get you back in a different way." And then Mr. Frog runs behind Pim in a really fast, scary way and says, "Hello, can I pull your hair?" And Pim says, "Please don't. We're gonna learn why." He didn't want that in the next episode. So they're like, all right, so why don't we make the world see how good Mr. Frog is? How hard could that be? And then Mr. Frog pulls on Pim's hair, and Pim lays out the best scream ever. So then we cut to them in the episode planning room, and for Glenn being the new Mr. Frog.
Yeah.
And
Scene swamp.
yeah, scene swamp.
Yeah.
Bug is sitting on a rock.
They're talking about the upcoming episode.
Glenn says this thing, no one laughs until he spits.
And then
everyone laughs, and this is one of the funniest scenes ever. So everyone leaves, and then Glem's about to go on his phone. So the director walks in, and he goes, "Glem, funny stuff back there. You killed." And he goes, "Glem, there's a serious thing I need to talk to you about, though. It's the spitting. I know we hired you because of the spitting, Glem, but it's a bit toxic, and it reminds, I think, people a bit too much of Mr. Frog.
A bit too frog-esque.
Yeah, a bit too frog-esque.
Yeah.
So then he scares Glem by staring into his eyes and saying, "This episode is supposed to estimate 248 million viewers. That's more than the MASH finale." And then he threatens him, and his eyes go like Mr. Boss.
They go red.
And then Glem is terrified. So then we cut to one of the weirdest sequences in the show of them trying to help Mr. Frog. They go to a signing. Mr. Frog, we could hear this. We don't see what it is until one of his fans walks up and says, hello, can I get an autograph? And then Mr. Frog grabs the little boy by his neck. And then when Pim says, "No, please let me out," he's like, "Hello, he was insulting me." And then Pim goes, "No, he wasn't." And Charlie goes, "But no, I think he just wanted an autograph." And then we cut to something else. What do we cut to? Is it?
I believe.
Isn't it him shooting?
Yeah, it's the shooting range.
All right,
So
so Mr. Frog is like crazy with weapons.
mhm.
Charlie shoots off a single shot, and then starts talking to um
Pim
Pim,
about his uncle
uncle.
who loves his cars. He loves his
He
cars.
loves his cars. Yeah, he loves his cars. So he talks about how his uncle gave a like really big like $1 million check to a family after he ran him over.
Uh-huh.
And then he's like, and Pim goes, "Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry." So then he's like, "Okay, but first we need to um,
Sober.
yeah,
Yeah.
sober him up." And they take away his no. So um,
Take away his purple cocaine.
okay, so then it shows Mr. Frog giving $1 million check, and he's like pale and white, and he's going. So he's like, despite the recent controversy, we'd very much like to, us at the Meat Foundation would like to accept this check given to us by Mr. Frog. And there, and Charlie's like, yeah, this idea is definitely not going to work. And Pim says, maybe it wasn't good to cut cold turkey. So it cuts back to Mr. Frog and going, I'd like to say
Hello.
thank you for this opportunity. Then he freezes, tries to hand the check over.
But
He
slices her hands off with such velocity of the paper cut,
and she starts screaming.
and everyone.
And everyone just starts panicking. So then we cut to the Charlie, Pim, Mr. Frog in a hot tub, and Pim says him sober was worse than him addicted.
Yeah.
And then he was like, and then he's like, Charlie, what's wrong with him? He's like, oh, I gave him some sleeping pills. After my father rammed into a bunch of people, he took some sleeping pills so that way he could actually sleep without hearing the screams of those people. He's like, Charlie, it seems like your uncle gets into a lot of car accidents.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves his cars. He loves his cars.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, is that even safe to let him be on the water? He's like, yeah, no one's ever done anything crazy on sleeping pills.
Mm-hmm.
So then we're like, okay, but the issue is, what platform can we even get this guy on? And Charlie goes, wait a minute, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the Jimmy Fallon show.
The
Oh my
gym.
god, it's a Jimmy Fallon, and I don't watch Jimmy Fallon because it's Jimmy Fallon, but I'm not a big fan. But from the segments I've seen, it is exactly like it, Wesley, and it is just him slamming the table and laughing at very serious things. What was the worst part about it? I
Mm-hmm.
think the worst. Hello, I think the worst part was dealing with those. Bleep. So Mr. Frog says words that will not be spoken because Wesley don't repeat it. Um, he says things that I don't know how to say.
Mm-hmm.
He said a lot of words and it is unknown. It's up to your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the next scene. They're talking and he goes, okay, Mr. Frog. I was like, is my career saved? Mr. Frog, you have been deplatformed on everything. Not only have you been shadow banned, you have been banned on every platform. And I don't want to be the guy to tell you this, but like they're replacing. Oh, hello, what does that mean? It's over, man. And then Pim says, "I can't believe he said." And Charlie yells, "No, Pim, don't repeat it." And then Mr. Fox says, he walks over to a great picture of him, and he goes, "I think I have to do what I should have done at the start." So then we
Mm-hmm.
cut to one of the things that make me mad about this episode. We
We
cut
we
to this. I hate that I hate the bug. I hate him. He's one of my least favorite characters. He goes, I knew Mr. Frog had problems. I just never knew they were that deep. Um, luckily I was the one who carried the show most of the time. I just did what I had to do. So
mm-hmm.
you know, and then we get then turns out the director is just a big jerk. He starts slapping Glem and trying it's too frog-esque until Glem gets it perfect for the show. So now it's the show. They do the thing because it's really boring, everyone hates it. We see the kid who got strangled earlier. He has a cast on. He says, "What is this?" And then he says something else, of course. But that was not a good episode. So everyone's like, and the director's like, "Oh no, what did I do?" I forgot to say during one they were like performing it for the first time. He goes, "I did it! I saved the show!" Which I find that line really funny. But yeah, so now he's like, "Why didn't they like it? We spent $2 million on this episode."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
it's like $200 million.
yeah, $200 million on this. And then the real Mr. Frog walks in and he apologizes. Director's mad at him for even showing up. And Mr. Frog does the most brave thing ever done. He eats the director. He eats him like whole. Everyone claps and cheers and
It's
everything.
in live on
Yeah.
camera.
Uh-huh. So
Everyone is
yeah,
celebrating.
it goes viral. And then they find, yeah, that's like Rome was. And that's how the episode. And then we see the woman at the beginning talking to the cameras, like, and that is how Mr. Frog became viral again. And something something. And then Mr. Frog jumps out of the thing with a hammer and scares her.
Mm-hmm.
All right, S tier.
But is it over episode 1?
No,
Okay.
I like episode 1 a bit more than episode 2.
Yeah. Um, I give it an A tier. The director character makes me very annoyed.
Yeah, that was my only thing I don't like about the episode. Is he's really annoying. He was
Mhm.
funny the first time we meet him. He was like, "I don't even want to see you perform."
Yeah.
And he's like,
Basically, it's like I like the episode, but every time the director is, on the scene, I'm not into it. Yeah. So for me, it's an A.
"I'm keeping S. I'm not folding over like I did on the Fortnite tier list."
Mhm. Now, okay, we're like almost 40 minutes into this, and I want to do homework and stuff. So let's just do like brief synopsises of each one, because we're going into very
Deep.
deep detail.
All right, Shrimp episode 3, Shrimp Odyssey. There's a shrimp, and he has said that his girlfriend broke up with him.
Mhm.
Hijinks ensue, and Pim mistakes a shrimpina for an actual human girl. It's really funny. So
Mhm.
he's trying to get a blind date. Charlie's just trying to make Shrimp move on and gets him. Tries to turn him into an alpha male like him. So funny
Mhm.
hijinks ensue. The blind date works, even though Pim has fallen in love. He's about to confess his love, but he realizes that Shrimp is very upset. He introduces
Mhm.
them again, and then he's like, and they go, "I've never met that person in my life." He's like, "What?" It's like, "Her name's Rampina, right? My name's Jennifer." And
Mhm.
then I love how Charlie, the only thing he says is Pim, Pim, Pim. Her name was Shrimpina, like
She would
she
be a
gave a shrimp. I know. I just thought it was gonna be one of those things where it's like, wow, she wasn't a shrimp. So yeah, they fall in love, and then the best character in the show appears. His name is Smormu, and he does the
Mhm.
best thing ever. Da da dee da
I mean,
do, da da dee da da do, da da
get it?
dee da do, da da dee da da
You
do.
voted, and we
We
listened.
listen. Also, I don't know if you realize this. Shrimp Odyssey is the last one to have like a somewhat B story.
Yeah.
All right, episode 4, a silly
Oh,
Halloween
wait, whoa,
special.
whoa,
Whoa,
whoa!
whoa, whoa.
We didn't
Oh,
even
wait.
rank it. Also, you forgot to mention number 15.
Oh
Can
yeah,
I get
Chills is in it.
number
He goes,
15?
number 15. Can I get the number 15?
Also
Sure
inside
thing,
of
hon.
also inside of Shrimp's room, there are Funko Pops and figurines of Fortnite characters, and
Yeah,
it's
that makes
very
me.
cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Um,
Specifically, Peely, Rox, the Ice King, and Jonesy.
I find it funny that Ice King was one of those.
I know. I wonder if they just looked up random Fortnite characters and then they just chose. Yeah.
Okay, so what would you rank this one? I want to hear your ranking first.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. I quite fancy this episode.
It's a really good episode.
Yeah.
I like it more than Mr. Frog.
Really, really.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think I do as well. Um, Hmm.
Trying to think if it's S tier though.
Yeah. I think I think for me it's still A tier, but it's above Mr. Frog.
Yeah, I give it an A tier. I was gonna come in here and just do all S's, but
Mhm. Well, if
uh,
it's better
yeah.
than Mr. Frog, but Frog is an S,
So Murray's Mr. Frog to an A.
alright, and then put it above that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so episode. Oh yeah, what would you rank it?
I put it above Mr. Frog as well.
Okay, so episode 4, a silly Halloween special. A great episode. I'll let you do the synopsis on this one because I did the synopsis on last episode. Oh yeah, I forgot. Last episode was called Extreme's Odyssey.
Yes, yes. An epic reference to Worm Odyssey, the greatest game known to mankind.
Mouse Quest. Hooray! I am level 93135 in
Yeah,
Mouse Quest.
nine. Well, he says 987-413 in Mouse Quest.
Yeah,
Uh,
Mouse Quest is the best game ever. All right.
yes. All right.
Um.
Episode 4, silly Halloween special. Um, Pim's dressed up as a cowboy. He hits Alan in the eye with a little BB gun. He's very
Oh,
upset.
what Pim?
Yeah. Mr. Boss comes in dressed up as Caillou. No, not Caillou. Charlie
It's
Brown.
Charlie. It
I
would have been funny if it would have been Kai.
I don't know why my brain thought Caillou. It's another
Because it's a
C
bald
word.
guy.
Yeah, Charlie Brown specifically. He tells them that Halloween's canceled because they don't have enough wood for their fire.
Which also doesn't make sense. Who does a Halloween fire?
I don't know, but anyways, Pim is like, "Well, I'll go get some firewood." So Mr. Boss tells him to, pick some crap off the floor in the forest, but don't go beyond the
Wait,
rickety
don't
bridge.
wait. Don't go beyond the rickety bridge.
Hmm. And we
Because you'll
don't
get
get
lost.
lost. Yeah.
And
Well,
you get one of the best songs in the episode, or in the entire series.
Pim, he sings a song about picking up twigs,
Would you
kissing
like to sing
a
it?
bird.
Would you like to sing it first?
No, 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 no. We can't spoil the song.
Yeah, we spoiled Fun at Daveland, but you could have watched that like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So Pim, he disobeys Mr. Boss and goes beyond the rickety bridge.
Also, I don't like it that Pim says, "What did the boss say?" He just said, "What did the boss say?" Instead of saying, "What did Mr. Boss say?"
Yeah, yeah. But he goes beyond the rickety bridge. He put X's on the trees so
Like
he
a
knows
true
where.
pioneer.
Exactly. Puts his X's on the trees to know where he's going. And then it starts raining. The X's wash away. Uh, Lightning strikes and he falls down a cliff or whatever and falls into a river. He's running. He finds a house. He hides in there. He imagines his future family.
Hello, future
Hello, I think.
royalty.
Hello,
Hello,
Pim.
Pim. Hello. And there's where the young ones will lay. Hello, my babies. Hello, daddy. Hello, mommy.
Hello, Daddy. Pim.
It's so funny.
Yes. And that's for my beautiful farm with me. Hello, farm. So, he encounters a strange black shadow that chases him through the forest. He's running. He tries to use his rope to get a paddle for a canoe, but misses 3 times.
Like a true pioneer.
Yeah. And then, I gotta be ready to open the door and gate to help my stepdad, but hold up. So he wrangles. He gets the canoe. He's rowing across the river. He thinks he's safe, and then we encountered the black forest demon, which chases him all the way down back to the Smiling Friends building, where once inside, you know, is that blackface?
No, I'm an actual demon. I'm from the Enchanted Forest.
Yeah, I'm a demon. I'm an actual demon. I was beyond the rickety bridge. And
And they, as you would do to someone doing such a evil, heinous hate crime,
you
they
just
punch
rip
him in
them,
the face.
just
They
rip,
eat him. They
rip
rip
them
his
to
body apart,
shreds.
eat him alive, and then burn him.
Yeah, Yeah, Mr. Boss thanks Pim for wrangling up that firewood. Halloween is saved, and that's why Charlie doesn't do face paint.
See, that exactly is why I don't do that. See? That is exactly why.
All right, while you go into episode 5, I'm gonna be ready to open the door and gate. I will be back.
Okay. So episode 5, Who Murdered Simon S. Salty? So we open up to Pim and Charlie walking out of the a movie theater, and that movie was epic. They're talking about how they Pim liked the movie, Charlie did not like the movie, except for a scene where the main character murdered an innocent woman. That is the scene that Pim did not like. So they get hungry, and Charlie recommends a place called Salty's. Pim is concerned because that is just really unhealthy fast food. Charlie insists that it's really good, so they walk in. It is a disgusting place. And then we meet Simon S. Salty in a video talking about how he does not like the FDA. And we talk about his funny mascots. So then we enter the building and they try ordering something, but everything, all the good, like greasy stuff is out. So Ketchup, one of the mascots, walks in, takes their order, and again, yeah, he's like, "Oh, what? They took the Salty's burger off the menu," and he goes, "I want me to talk to Salty." No, Salty's taking his iconic 7 p.m. nap. So then he goes, "No, no, no, let me talk to him." So they walk into the room where Simon's taking his iconic 7 p.m. Again, iconic 7 p.m. nap. Iconic 7 p.m. nap. So we open up the door, and what do we find? Simon's dead body. It has a knife in it. So then they leave the room, and they're like, "Oh my God, Simon Salty's been murdered." So then they look at all the mascots, and they realize one of them killed Salty. So now they're gonna do some investigations. They interview what was it? Um, they interview Salt and Pepper, who confirm that they say they've been only doing emptying the soda and putting fresh, new, delicious soda. Oh yes. And then they can say that they were also kissing in the back room, and Charlotte thinks it's beautiful. Pam investigates Mr. Cup, who was cleaning up his own doo-doo feces, which is a reference on a reference. Okay, it was referenced in Oni plays. They were talking about Michael Jackson saying the word doo-doo feces, but in an actual 2003 interview, Michael Jackson said the word doo-doo feces when talking about being locked in a bathroom. So he talks to them. Charlie talks to Mrs. Mustard, who is married to Mr. Ketchup, who confirms having an affair. It's crazy. Weird hijinks ensue. They interview Mr. Ketchup, and then they interview the Fun twins, I think. And then they like spit acid or something on Pim's arm. So they go into Simon Salty's room to get it cleaned up, and they end up finding the century egg, which they were talking about earlier in the episode, which I forgot to mention, the century egg. He's about to die. They lie to him saying that they will bury him in China. They don't. But they find his files of the VHS room. So they show it, and we see one of the people murder him. So like, oh wait, okay, that's it. And they play back all the rest of the footage, and everyone tried murdering Mr. Salty. Best part is though, when we get to the very beginning of the tape. Oh yeah, there was a person. There was a grease puddle who's supposed to be voiced by Christian, but due to budget, they were not able to. And he tells them to go back to the beginning of the tape, and we see that Simon and Salty died by eating one of his burgers, and then when they realize all the mascots are safe, they escape and they go on a rampage. And that is the end of Who Murdered Simon F. Salty. Okay.
Beautiful.
Also, Wesley, we didn't do a tier list on a silly Halloween special, and then I went speed run mode for Who Murdered Simon S. Salty. I mentioned Grease Puddle, his original voice actor, and
Yep.
the doo-doo feces Oni Blade reference. Doo-doo feces, and there were doo-doo feces on the floor and on the walls and on the ceiling, and it stunk so bad.
So, well, where does the Halloween special go?
S. That's an easy S. It is such a funny episode.
above episode 1.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'd also put wait, I just realized Who Violently Murdered is what it's called. I thought it was just Who Murdered. It's Who Violently Murdered Simon S.
Oh.
A funny title.
Where
What
you
would
put
you
that
put the Halloween episode?
one? Oh. Hmm. Hmm. I think it is S, but I still like episode 1 the most.
And then I would also put Who Violently Murdered Simon at Salty on S. It is a really solid episode. I love the entire. I don't know why Charlie looks like that. He's yelling at other people.
Oh, the front view.
Also, I do not like Charlie in front view. In the Enchanted Forest, it makes me very uncomfortable.
Where does episode 5 go among the S's?
I think right in the middle. Actually, I think I do like Desmond's Big Day Out better than the Halloween special, but I like Who Violently Murdered Simon S. Salty more than the Halloween special.
Okay.
So what are you gonna put it
at? Ketchup makes me laugh. They say they
Iconic
mentioned
7 p.m.
yeah
I said
they
that thing like
iconic
20
so many times.
I think I said it 10 times. Trying to buy in some time.
They say the word iconic many times.
It's a really funny iconic 7 p.m. nap.
I also say epic mascots, which makes me laugh.
I mentioned that at the beginning of this, Pim yells out, "That movie was epic."
I think I would put that one at the very top.
See, I want to put it at the very top. Put it at the very top, Wesley. I'm definitely not disagreeing with you because you have the right opinion.
Exactly. Every time I've said something, you switch yours
because you changed my mind. Okay, next time you say something, I'm going to disagree with you. If you put something in S, I'm going to put it in F.
You see, Jonas, this is like the moist ladder with critical, where every time him and Matt rank something, it's like Matt will say something and then Charlie's like, "Oh yeah, and then he agrees.
That's because you have the right opinion.
It's
like the YouTube channel.
It's not that's the right opinion.
That is the good opinion.
Very persuading.
Yes, you're a very persuasive man. You'd be a good car dealer.
All right.
Or lawyer. All right, so time for the Enchanted Forest. You get to do this episode. I get to take a little sit down, even though I'm not in my bed.
I'll make a swig of water real quick.
Oh, we forgot to mention that in Shrimp's Odyssey that Pim has trouble seeing and he eats worms.
Yeah.
Sorry, I ate a bad batch of worms.
All right. All right. Episode 6, The Enchanted Forest.
Great episode.
This is another great episode. I mean, all of them are great.
That's why I was going to put them all at S, but you changed my mind.
But this is also a very good one. Oh, God. Excuse me. So, Charlie has a headache, Everything is very loud. He gets a horn blown right in his ear. Pim loves the Enchanted Forest.
I love the Enchanted Forest. My ears.
So they go to the Enchanted Forest. Pim talks about how he wasn't allowed in the Enchanted Forest as a child. He kisses his dad on the mouth like Tom Brady.
He's retired now.
It's
weird. But why would Tom Brady ever do such a thing? Like, I get it. It's fatherly love, but come on, man. On the cheek. On the cheek.
Yeah, but now Pim is finally, at the Enchanted Forest. He wants to do all the questing. but Charlie is not having any of it. They encounter a centaur
Tomar.
voiced by Tomar. Um, I don't know his last name. This is so sad.
No. His last name is nothing. It is just Tomar.
The all powerful
Tomar the Great.
keeper of the Chaos Emeralds, the Tomar Emeralds. Um, um, yeah, there's also an alien that just speaks and
It's not even fantasy. That will come back later.
Yeah. So, a witch comes in and steals Charlie's hand, and now they are forced onto the witch quest. Which hand will it be? And Pym guesses correctly, so the witch just switches the hands and then kidnaps them.
It's really weird. Until we learn that the witch is super skilled.
Yeah, at dicing. Sorry, I'm taking a bite of pizza.
Oh, I'm having pizza tonight.
Nice. If you would like to take over while I eat this pizza, you can.
No.
Okay.
I had to do too much solo talking this episode. It made me realize how much I loved doing the tier list episode. I'm cleaning my headset right now. Turns out it's like really filthy. And I'm really grossed. Oh, I just shook it and everything fell out. Ugh.
Covered in soot and coal.
No, it's just dirt.
All right, anyways.
Like dandruff and skin.
Anyways,
hair.
So Charlie and Pym, they're in a giant cauldron, almost naked. They got their underwear on. And Mip, a forest creature, a little hobbit man, with a wooden cross, gets the witch out of there, saves Charlie and Pym. They go questing because all of them have business with the queen. The queen of the forest. Yeah. Oh, the princess. My bad.
Yeah, you should feel bad.
Finish the water.
My headset is disgusting and filthy. Oh, I'm never gonna wear that thing again.
Yeah, you will.
No, I won't. I'm gonna use the earbuds I'm using now to play with you.
So, they go questing. The poor tree. The poor tree is dying. The thorn, it's killing him. So, yes. So Pym thinks it's a riddle, and Charlie just says,
Why would Pym even think it's a riddle? Oh, this is a riddle.
I have no idea. But
Charlie goes, have you ever just thought about just pulling it out? And Mip, who's lying down for some reason, grabs the thorn.
It came right out, just like you said. Ooh.
Charlie's a hero.
Charlie the hero. So Charlie's the hero. I feel a song coming on.
Story. No spoilers.
They sing the song of Charlie the hero. Pym was there too, I guess, but Charlie was the main one. He was a great hero, and he ended the 1,000-year war between the aliens and the spiders.
I thought you said aliens weren't fantasy, Charlie.
Sci-fi / fantasy.
God, my headset is disgusting and gross.
And throughout this time, Pym is getting more and more angry, upset, and frustrated,
which is rare.
Yeah, and it's very odd. So they're at the bottom of the stairs to the castle, but they decide to sleep for the night. Rest up. But Pym is just like, but you wanted to go to the castle.
For some reason, he got skinny.
Yeah, and he turns into Gollum essentially.
I forgot to mention the entire character of Mip is a reference to The Hobbit.
Yes, even animated in
the exact style.
Exactly.
I watched that. I watched that before I even watched the original Lord of the Rings. It's pretty weird, but funny and cool. Also, really scary Continuing on.
Yeah. So Mip and Charlie, they're sleeping by the fire. Pim, cold and alone, tries to seal his little box while he's sleeping, and
Mip
wakes
hates
everyone up.
conflict.
Mip hates conflict, so so Pim takes the box, uh, which sends Mip back into a random spear, just sitting there, and kills him. Well, impales him. Mip dies
In the best way possible.
in
Come
the
on, take
best
it
way.
easy, man. Take it easy, man.
It turns into a pile of goo, and they deliver the box to the princess. And she, you know, what
Turns
she,
out Mip wasn't who he actually thought he was.
exactly. Princess discovers that the box is from Mip and is very concerned, as Mip was her stalker. Um, and she wants to know what's inside the box, but no one knows. So when it's open, it is a bomb that is about to detonate, but is luckily thrown out of the window.
And we get my favorite line. Oh my god, it was a bomb the whole time.
Yeah, and this is a reference to the Bjork stalker. Um,
What? Okay, I find it funny. Me and Wesley were talking about this. I knew who the York bomber was since I was like 7, but I forgot who he was.
mhm.
I've known since he was 7 because I went on YouTube too much and I only watched creepy videos. Uh, bad guy. I say we let them invest their own time into that and
Yeah,
keep this up podcast family friendly.
yeah, but
Cypher, can we please keep this family friendly?
basically the episode ends. Yay, okay. Um,
Yay! It has a really weird ending.
yeah, it just kind of ends
Ends.
very abruptly.
She smiles and ends. They're probably running somewhat low on a budget now. So they
Yeah.
tried to get in that Chris Chan. I am
Where
Sonic.
where would you put this episode before me?
Where would you put this episode? Um. Okay, I think Wesley. I'm Wesley. I'm Wesley. I would rate this S tier, not above, not above Who Violently Murdered Samuel Salty, but pretty close. All right, so there. That's where I'm putting it.
So above Desmond's Big Day Out, but under Who Violently Murdered Simon Sophie.
Yes.
Good job, you guessed correctly.
Let's go.
Yeah.
See, I hang out with you too much.
Uh,
I am you. I am you.
Get out of my head! Get out of my head!
We're actually about to hit that amazing part.
Yeah, which is now your episode.
Okay. Frowning Friends.
Oh,
Alright, so we open up on Charlie and Pim in the office as we usually do. And they're talking about the Renaissance Fair coming to town.
It's a slow day. It's a slow day.
Yeah, it's a slow day. They're talking about the Renaissance Fair, and Pim's like, "What's the Renaissance?" Well, they're coming to town. Well, what's the Renaissance Fair? I don't know. They're coming to town though, like really soon. Yeah, but I don't know. They don't even look like Renaissance men. So they're talking, and then construction happens. And they come across the building, and their company building, it is just the same thing but gray and unhappy. And they say, "Oh, you must be the Signing Friends. Now we have finally met. I am Grim and I am Gnarly, and we are the Signing Friends." And then they say some stuff, and it's like, "Let's be these smiling fools to them," or something. And then he goes, "Nice one, Grim. Nice one, Gnarly. I love you, and I love you, Grim." Bah, ha, 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 ha. That wasn't even real laughing. So they go out there to go, since it's a slow day, they decide to just go. And they come across one of the best characters named DJ Spitz. And he's repeating to himself, "I'll knock your head up, man. I'll knock your head up."
Oh, knock your head off, man.
So then he's talking to himself. And then when the guy, so they walk up to him and say, "What's wrong?" He's like, I'm kind of like
freaking freaking pissed off, man.
and he's
No
very because no one's listening to his to
stuff,
his
man.
to his stuff.
Yeah.
He's always wanted to be a famous SoundCloud rapper. It's just a mumble rap, and he says, I like it. And remember what they say, practice makes perfect. And he's like, didn't you like tell me to like it'd be easier to quit and stuff? He's like, no, we've never met you before in our entire life. Nah, like, you Grim and you Gnarly. Oh no. Those are two guys who look like us. Man, shut up, man. You're just trying to trick me. But smoking in
Put
my
smoke in
head.
the freaking head, and man,
Like, get out of my head. And he pulls a
I don't
gun
know what
out.
to take no more, man. I don't know what to take no more.
And he pulls out a gun and starts yelling, "Get out of my head!" And like, and they run away. And then we cut to the next guy called Mr. Man, and he's like, "My head causes me agonizing pain." Um, so yeah, and then they're like, "Why are you frankly like?" It's like, "Wait, didn't you just come by and tell me that I should be upset by the way my head looks?" And they're like, "No." And then he starts screaming, "You're trying to trick me! Get out of my head! Get out of my head!" And then
Get
his
out of
face,
my head, man.
and then he
Get out.
turns into DJ Spit, and then he pulls out a gun, and they run away. All right, so then we meet them at a park, and it's like, and Charlie says, "Okay, we get it. They're the bizarro versions of us. All right, that's cool." And then they come across a weird character named 3D Squeldon.
3D
Squeldon. So
Squeldon.
3D Squeldon is very upset, and I ask him, "Why are you sad?" He's like, "Oh, 3D Squeldon is so sad. There's so much pain in the world."
The
And they're
world
like,
is just so darn rotten.
"The world is just so darn rotten." And they're
3D
like,
Squeldon doesn't see a point in living
living.
anymore. Oh, what's the point? Oh, boo hoo hoo.
So they talk him into like, "Hey, maybe we should become a balloon trainer." And then the frowning friend's helicopter goes, and he goes, "But why would you ever want to waste time? Because you're going to die anyway." And then they start arguing until but did you know that all of Earth's helium will be gone in 15 to 20 years? Is that actually true? Ha ha ha. We only tell the truth even when it hurts. And then if you ever want to,
Frown on that face.
no,
Give
because
us a call.
it's like if you want to start living, or it's like remember he says something and let's call us and we'll put a frown on that face. And then they're like, and then they fly away, and he's like, "Charlie, I don't think these guys want to friendly competition anymore." Pim, I just looked up what that guy said. It was entirely true. Everything he said was true. It's all gonna be gone. Also, during this time, Mr. Boss has been slowly going crazier. He's been told to invest by Ronald Reagan, but he refuses. So then he goes into his attic and starts going crazy, and he starts talking to himself in a mirror, and then he grabs an M16. And he goes, "Trying to do what I should." Oh wait, sorry. He says this one of my favorite lines: "Running friends, bleep, of course.
It's
Why didn't I
genius.
think of that? It's genius." So yeah, then he starts talking to himself, and he grabs a gun. All right, so then and as you can see, he's going crazy, and I think he could tell what he's gonna go do. So Charlie and Pim go to a Frowning Friends rally, and they're like really mad until Pim like yells something, and they're like, "Arrest him!" And Alan and Glenn arrest them. They're like, they have a better 401k, is what Alan says, and Charlie goes, "Okay, may I just add, there was only Pim who said something." Glenn gets mad, I guess, stands up for Pim, I guess, and kicks Charlie. And then they're like, "Time to see how evil the world is," and they start playing like a really not even that bad slideshow, and Pim yells, "Look away, Charlie! Charlie, no, Charlie, don't look!" And Charlie says, "This is it. Like, I've seen worse things on the internet." So Mr. Boss is climbing up their tower and aims a gun at Grimm's head. And Grimm gets on his knees and goes, "No, please. Pieces, man." And Mr. Boss says, "Calm down, man. I was just gonna shoot you in the head and kill you." Everyone's like feels lied to. 3D Sheldon hates lies. Also, Grimm said something very controversial. Grimm said
He said he was he said nothing matters, man. He said, yeah,
Why don't you tell them what Grimm said earlier in the episode, or like earlier in that rally?
yeah, Grimm. He's listing reasons why everyone should be frowning. Mentions that they're gonna kill all the Puerto Ricans.
Um,
And Mr. Man, he was into that idea. He
he
actually
goes,
wanted to kill all the Puerto Ricans.
that's what he says. Um, it's really stupid. Gnarly, who is supposed to be Grimm's friend, after seeing his friend afraid to die, he goes, right,
God,
kind of cringe.
cringe.
And then Mr. Boss proves he's the boss by making all of them smile by just saying a single sentence. And then they start smiling, feeling good. But remember those Renaissance men?
Do the Charlie Brown
No,
dance.
yet Charlie even goes, oh, what a happy ending. The Renaissance men go, wow. And
The
they kill
Renaissance
Grim
they
and
finally
Harley.
came into town
Yeah, and they killed Grim and Harley.
by shooting arrows at them. A fleet of arrows that completely missed Mr. Boss, but killed Grim and Gnarly.
And
And
then they're just confused. And that's the end of the episode.
Pim gets frustrated with Charlie, and the Renaissance men came to town. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
And you'll see how he gets even more frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right.
on the list, where does this go?
S tier. I really like this episode. It's really funny. It makes me laugh all the time.
Where specifically in S tier?
Um, Behind the Enchanted Forest.
All right. So under Simon S. Salty, under Enchanted Forest, in between or above Desmond's Big Day Out.
Yeah.
All right. For me, this is actually my favorite episode in general.
Actually, Wesley, it is kind of my favorite episode also.
No, it's not. It's my favorite. It's mine.
Well,
Yes.
we're about to see one of my favorite episodes.
Yes. The last one.
All right, so this is your episode.
Now Charlie dies and never comes back.
No.
So it's Christmas time.
It's Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas time. Well, it's
Like
Christmas.
1 week ago. 1 week ago, guys.
Yeah, 1 week a gig.
Didn't Logan Paul do that?
What?
Didn't Logan Paul go gay for a week?
I don't know.
No,
Probably.
he did. I remember he did this like challenge where he went gay for a week. It would like hit on guys and try to kiss them, but just for a week.
Challenge. Oh.
You can look it up. It's real.
We even tell the truth, even when it hurts. All right, the last episode 8. Charlie dies and never comes back. It's Christmas Eve. They're still working.
1 week away.
Charlie is very upset about this. He's playing Rust.
Worst game ever.
And Mr. Boss, the favorite character, of course, gives them one last job.
Me, Mr. Boss.
Gives them one last job to end off the year, and that's to chop down a tree and have a Christmas tree. And Charlie is very upset.
But Tim is like, yeah, Christmas adventure.
Yeah. So they're out in the snow. The whole gang. We got Charlie, Pim, Alan, and Glep.
I don't know what Gleb is even doing there. He's not going to be helpful.
He's there.
Gleb is also one of the best characters, though.
Yeah, and for about what feels like an eternity, probably a minute and a half, Charlie and Pim are arguing.
Yeah, it feels way too long. I feel like it's because it's two good characters, and like seeing them in an uncomfortable situation feels weird.
Yeah. So they're arguing about how Charlie does not help at all.
Which he kind of doesn't.
Yeah, but
Charlie though, he is an alpha male, so that is his reason.
Yep. But Charlie, in his anger, takes the axe to chop down the tree, and the tree just falls on him and kills him.
So sudden and fast.
Exactly. And now we are in hell.
Welcome to HE double hockey stick.
Uh, so yep, Charlie, he's in a little cell with a little imp creature, uh, and you see, it's not actually a cell. It's just a picture.
Room.
Yeah, it's just a room with a picture on a wall, and he has a
Turns
little.
out.
You know,
Why don't you tell him, Wesley? Why don't you tell him? Because it's your episode.
yeah. So, uh, his only, he has his hell bed and his hell toilet, and his only form of hellish entertainment, Jeremy,
Jamie!
Jeremy, who is just a slender black creature that just throws their hands in Charlie's face and go.
The I don't mean no harm to die.
And Charlie says that if he ever does it again, he will punch him. He's not kidding. But he upsets the imp by
Which is
making.
really weird.
Yeah, he upsets the imp by just essentially making fun of him for
How
having a
bad the room
cardboard
is.
pitchfork and
It's like,
yeah.
dude, your cardboard's made, your pitchfork's made of cardboard. You know what? Get out. I spent a long time doing this and you just insult me. Get out.
Yeah.
Just leave.
So the imp cries, Jeremy comforts him, Charlie leaves. And hell is now frozen over. We get an awesome song. Um, yeah, very cool. And eventually Charlie, makes his way to the big hole where he finds his grandma who choked on a peanut. That was said in like episode 3.
Yeah, episode 3. He's like, hello, Charlie. Would you like a peanut?
No, grandma choked on a peanut and died. But
Oh.
basically, uh, Charlie's grandma's there, offers him a sucker, a
More
lollipop.
for me. Oh, so I find it funny the way she is there. Why don't you tell the audience why the grandma's there?
Oh, what is it? It's like,
When her husband got shot,
oh
she said the D word. She said, oh.
no.
So stupid.
Anyway,
And even Charlie was like, well, that just doesn't seem fair.
yeah. So she takes the lolly, sucks on the lolly, and then Charlie, he's like, oh, he thinks his greatest surprises are past him. Jeremy comes back, throws his hands in his face, and does get socked right in the stomach. He's wheezing, he's snorting. Ooh. It's very realistic sounding.
Probably because it was.
Yep. And then Charlie eventually gets to Satan's door. He comes in, Satan's there. He's like supposed to be the personification of
Isn't
Charlie because he has rust open. He has
isn't he
you know
voiced by like what is he voiced by? Some angry gamer?
I don't remember.
Angry video game gamer.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. But yeah, he's like voiced by a lot like a YouTuber.
Yeah. But basically, like
Angry video game nerd. There.
Yeah. Sorry, getting a little tired. So, um, basically, Charlie's like, if he can make Satan smile, he gets to be reincarnated and go back to Earth or whatever. And he's like, yeah, sure. His delivery arrives. Uh, we have a little Indian man with big old cheeseburger.
Okay, I don't know why, but some YouTube video says that that's some ordinary gamer.
Yeah, a lot of people say it looks like some ordinary gamer Mudahar, which is very funny. Indian man, he leaves. Of course, he forgot the straw like they always do. Satan is upset. Um,
Great, they forgot the straw. Because that is
yeah,
exactly what I ordered. That is what I ordered.
takes a hit of his vape, and Charlie's kind of upset with Satan. He's like,
See right there. You just took a break from life by
yeah.
hating this. I can quit my addiction whenever I want.
Now Charlie's being tortured. Jeremy
Jeremy,
gets his revenge by punching him in the
and
face.
then you will not believe who saves
Yeah,
Charlie.
Satan did smile. Satan did smile, torturing Charlie. But I'm gonna
Doesn't
torture
count.
you forever, man. I'm gonna torture you forever. You, but a deal's a deal. Gilbert Gottfried as God
Deal's a deal. Come, hurry, Charlie.
uh, comes in as God, rescues Charlie.
Who's just a hand, by the
Yep,
way.
a glowing light with a hand, and then
I
sends him
hope
right
you enjoy this awesome
back to the
experience.
cool experience.
And then he
Sends him back down
throws
to earth.
Charlie. And then we get the best funeral scene ever.
We're at
Charlie, what does it mean? Charlie, you are my everything. Charlie.
man.
And then he just
Uh,
drops his mic
Trump's Mike.
and
You
walks
know,
away. I'm surprised Pim didn't have any words.
yeah. Well, he's crying. It's sad.
I know. So sad.
Yeah. So at Charlie's funeral, we got an epic song by Mr. Boss. Everyone's sad, and as the box is being lowered into the grave, Charlie slams down.
And it just blows up.
It's into a pile of yellow, and then reforms into
Naked.
Charlie.
I find it so funny. Pim runs up
Yep.
and just starts hugging Charlie.
Get
And
off
Charlie even says,
my
whoa, okay, Pim, I am completely naked right now. Watch where your hands move.
Yep. And that's how Charlie got his groove back.
And then Tomar turns out to be Glenn.
Yeah. Glenn
Oh,
as
Papa, is that a real story? Yep. Christianity is real. And, yeah, wait. It was real and Christianity was right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Christmas, everyone.
That's how it goes, and that's the end of Smiling Friends. Well, not the end, because season 2 is definitely gonna happen. Please.
For now.
Let's do let's do a little thing. Let's talk about our favorite parts of the show. Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
I
have to rate
quickly
it.
gotta rank it. Yeah.
My favorite episode.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. All right.
So it's so funny. I don't care that it's only Charlie.
For me. I think because it's only Charlie, it brings it down for me just
Okay,
a
it
little
does
bit.
bring it down.
But it has Jeremy.
But it has Jeremy.
Hmm. I'm Jonas.
I'm Jonas.
And I'm
And I'm
and I'm sus.
and I'm sus.
Oh,
Nope.
I'm Gangnam Style.
Just read the episode, jeez.
I'm thinking. I'm sorry.
I was just trying to impersonate you for like almost an entire minute.
I know, it's because I'm thinking.
Is my pizza almost here?
I honestly don't know where to put it. So
Favorite episode.
Okay, favorite episode.
think you have Jeremy, you have a really funny song by Mr. Boss, you have Gilbert Godfrey, you have the most cameos in an episode. It's a really funny experience. It makes you laugh. It's a great episode. It's Charlie, one of the best characters. We have like an actual really important issue to talk about, like getting along with people and like experiencing the little things in life, and just enjoying life while you have it.
All right. I put it.
F tier. All those things you said, everything you said, that was this is the worst one so far. I don't even want to watch this episode.
I'll put it as the second one, under Frowning Friends, but above Salty.
I like Frowning Friends.
All right.
Let me. What was your tier list? Let me tell me yours first, so I can tell you mine right after. Excuse me while I go grab a piece of paper.
Jonas, let me say yours.
No.
In your order.
Partly my order featuring Wesley.
Your order. Your order at this tier list.
I ate Chick-fil-A today.
Ugh.
What do you mean by that? No, Chick-fil-A is good. I just don't like the owner.
Okay, good. You know the reason. All right.
Yeah, I hate the owner. My God, I don't care about your religion. Just you don't have to be a jerk. But good food.
Yeah. So
bad people.
At the very
Art
top,
from the artist.
At the very top, Charlie, dies and never comes back. Second episode is Who Killed Simon S. Salty. Third is The Enchanted Forest.
Violently.
Yes. Number three. What?
Nothing.
Okay. So, God. You put one as Who Charlie dies and never comes back. Two as Who Violently Murdered Simon S. Salty. Number three is
Solomon S. Salty.
You put episode 3 as The Enchanted
Simon. It's Simon, not Salomon. Jeez, Wesley.
You put the third one as The Enchanted Forest.
Salomon S. Salomon S. Violently murdered Salomon S.
You put the fourth one.
How did you get Salomon and from Simon?
I accidentally combined Violent and Simon.
Who violently murdered Salomon S. It's so easy to say Simon. Jeez.
You put the fourth one as Frowning Friends.
Frowning Friends.
Yeah, you put
Salomon.
You put the fifth one as Desmond's Big Day Out.
Great.
You put the sixth one as the Halloween special. You put the seventh one as Shrimp's Odyssey.
The seven.
And at the very bottom is Mr. Frog.
Yeah, Mr. Frog is not that great of an episode.
Originally you were like, oh, this is one of my favorite.
Well, you kind of changed my mind, Wes. No, it's actually, after rewatching it 4 to 5 times, it's not as good. It's one of those episodes where everything else doesn't get repetitive. That one just gets repetitive.
All right. So are you happy with?
Yes.
All right. So
well, maybe let me hear yours first, and then I'll tell you mine again.
Hold on.
I'm using the Wesley options, the Wesley presets.
I have it on 2 separate tabs, and I'm quickly flashing back and forth. and it's like our bottom four are the same, and then the top four are all very different. For me, it goes Frowning Friends, Charlie Dies, Who Violently Murdered Simon S.
Salmon. Salmon is salty.
Then The Enchanted Forest, and
It's
then
not
Desmond
even that funny, but we laughed way
Halloween,
too difficultly.
Shrimp
What?
Odyssey, and then Mr. Frog.
Great. Mr. Frog, Zach, Michael, delete that episode. That was the worst one so far. I don't even want to see that one in my rewatches. Even though that's where I used to start because I was afraid of watching Desmond's Big Day Out every rewatch.
And the way I think about how I rank the episodes is how many clips of them I
Frowning Friends was obviously the one I watched the most.
Yeah, like I'm thinking clip wise and just like how many times I probably laughed at it. Which is why Frowning Friends is at the very top and Mr. Frog is at the very bottom.
Yeah, I don't really like Mr. Frog episode. It's not that funny. Except for the, oh my god, Pim, don't repeat that.
No, like, yeah. Yeah.
Jeremy really saves Charlie Dies and doesn't come back.
Yeah, like, okay, I'm recounting. Frowning Friends, like, every single scene has something funny.
Yeah,
Charlie Dies and never comes back. You have Jeremy. You have
Jeremy. You have Charlie. What does it mean? Charlie, you're my everything. World's messed up, man.
That's one of the ones where it's like better approaching the end, and then like the one Jeremy scene. Who Violently Murdered is Mike Don Sullivan SLT.
What? You're just making zero sense now. Get out of my head, man.
Yeah. Why did I put that one as the third one?
Because it's so funny.
It does. It has a lot of good moments. Okay, I put that one above the Charlie Dies episode.
See, that's why it's my first favorite. Well, I wanted Frowning Friends, but you won't let me now because you think I'm going to change my answer because of you.
If you do want Frowning Friends at the top, you can.
I do want Frowning Friends at the top.
Okay, so now your order.
I already remember my order. I just want Frowning Friends at the top.
Okay. Well, now our lists are the same, except Who Violently Murdered Mike Don Sullivan SLT is switched with the Charlie Dies.
Okay.
All right, and then the Enchanted Forest. I think I also put that one above Charlie Dies.
All right, time to change my thing again. No.
Desmond's Big Day Out. It's weird because it's like
it's a great episode, but out of all the S tiers, it doesn't compete as well with the rest of them.
Yeah, especially because of how many times I have rewatched it within the past like 2 years. It loses just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I think what loses me is that party scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like the party scene.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel bad for Pim. Pim's one of my favorite characters.
The Halloween episode being the 6th one is mainly because I
also don't like it that it only focuses on Pim.
Yeah. For that one, it's like, okay, the good parts are Mr. Boss telling. Bad. Yeah, like, whoops, I accidentally turned off my computer, but then I closed the tabs. Like the good parts in that one is like the Mr. Boss telling Pim the instructions, Pim being at the abandoned house, and then the blackface part. It's like
everything else. I feel like genuinely bad for Pim.
Yeah, it's like the whole episode is build up, and it has a good payoff. But during the build up, it's just okay.
It's like beating down on him. He gets lost, his phone breaks, and that means he has to buy a new phone.
Yeah. All right, and then Shrimp Odyssey.
It's good.
Yeah, I yeah. The only real part I can like everything in it, it's a solid episode, but there's only one part that like can actually make me laugh, and it's the freaking "How do I look, yellow man?"
How do I look? Yellow man.
Yeah, and
Dude, it
then
looks like you're gonna
last,
tell your friend not to come to school tomorrow, man.
yeah,
That's what like
like,
Charlie's saying he's an alpha male.
yeah. And then also, yeah,
And there's Mr.
okay,
Frog.
yeah. I'm happy with my list now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll put my first four in S, and then I'll put my second four in A.
Oh, what do we do now? Actually, what do we do now?
Well, we've been talking for an hour and a half, so I think
Well,
we can.
we're not, but we should do it longer than the Fortnite tier or Lauren tier list. We're already going for longer than that, Wesley.
What?
Okay, the Fortnite Lauren tiers was an hour 48. We are
Mm.
very close to beating that.
Would you like to?
Do you want to? I mean, it's only, oh my god, that's a lot actually.
Yeah, it's another 13 minutes.
All right, Wesley, time to do something I thought we'd never do. Encanto song tier list.
Oh,
No,
no, die.
no,
Kill
no,
yourself now.
no, no. We're never gonna sink that low. We'll never sink that low. Let's
Imagine
just give our
like.
general thoughts on the entire show as a one piece.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
S.
Uh,
It's a great show. We need season 2 because Zach Hadel and Michael Cusack make me laugh, and I go hee tee tee. It makes me go. It makes me happy. It makes me smile. It's really funny. And Adult Swim, I will forever hate you for doing that. Like how you ruined a lot of the shows I like.
I'm currently looking at Twitter, and there's an account. There's a great account. It's called the Funny underscore MP4, and it's just like millennial humor memes, like Gen
Yes.
Z humor, I guess. And
Yeah.
one of them is a picture of a homework assignment, and it says something like has the sum of 87, and it's underlined, and it's a very poor but accurate picture of the bite of 83 scene with Markiplier at the top. So to the person who drew that and actually submitted their assignment is a legend.
Can you
Um,
screenshot that? Can you screenshot and send it to me?
I will.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
hold
that the
on.
bite of 87?
Was that the bite of 87? I guess, okay. I guess this can be a segue into something.
Guys, do you guys want us to do the Five Nights at Freddy's one?
Yeah,
Oh no, what did you want to actually say?
that was basically it.
Oh,
Five Nights of Freddy's.
like I was aiming gunpoint at Wesley to tell him to do it, and he was like, "Wes Jonas, I was joking," and I was like, "No, you weren't." But if you guys, okay, if this video, if this podcast gets how many listens? How many listens?
I don't know.
35. No, 87.
Yeah,
87. No, if this episode gets 10, does 10 seem good?
yeah, 10 is solid.
Okay, if this episode gets 10 views, in what time do they have? A week or 2 weeks? Well, well, that's not good. Wesley? Um, Wesley. What is going on? I guess we end the podcast here because I can't hear Wesley. Is my headset Not in. Wesley, hello. I guess we end the podcast there. If there's an extra like segment after this, you can't blame me. I don't know what me and Wesley talked about after this. So again, 100 videos. Wesley's stuff. He is Wesley JRich265 on everything. I am JB Macaroni on YouTube and TikTok. I am. Oh my God. There's another. There's another podcast going on in the room next to me, so I apologize for that. Okay, yeah. Wesley just messaged me. It won't let me speak. Okay, so yeah, we're signing off. I'm the real Jake Maker on Twitch. Go follow us. Mainly Wesley. He did a lot of work into this. He showed me Smiling Friends, and he's gonna do all the work for the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Hope you guys had a great time. Go watch Smiling Friends. Go follow us. Bye.